just nip up to the good guys because I gotta finally wrap up the. If I go in there today, they can drive out with my TV on Monday.
I wish you would have told me earlier.
Alright.
Because it's just peak hour shit. Well, at around 3 or 4, it gets really busy because of the schools and stuff.
Well, they only like told me like 20 minutes ago.
You get to see my gear stick, chat. Get fucking wrecked. You get my leg and a gear stick. That's all you get. You want the full Aaron? You want the full Gabriel? Give us $50. That's the new stream.
Yeah. Being able to see faces, new patron tier. Yeah, we're going on a journey to the good guys so I can finally sort out my TV. Because I think the Hisense rep was like hiding for like 6 days or something. He might have been dead.
That Gabriel guy's gonna get me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I don't mind if I start getting like fairly severe light bleed 2 years into owning a fairly cheap, TV. That's all right. I'd expect that. 2 months in, no, I'm going back and getting my shit sorted. And so, like, the thing is, like, honestly, and all credit to them, the good guys have been very fucking good. Like, one of them...
The good guy's good?
Yeah, well, like, I mean, just in terms of their customer service, they've been very helpful. And not only that, but, like, I saw one guy lose his shit at, like, the Hisense rep at one point. Like, because they hung up on him. Like, because he has to call them. Like, that's the thing. It's like, if I go to go, hey, my TV's doing this, like, they had the guy come out and actually look at the TV. Like, an actual rep came out and was like, oh, yeah, your TV, it's not meant to do that. The things come away because of the heat or whatever. And, because it's like the fucking Silicon lottery. Every now and then you got a panel that's just not great.
Yeah.
Shit happens. Like with your thing.
Yeah.
There's not great panels.
By the way, one day I want to do a road trip to Gold Coast. Because I want to go to Time Zone.
Okay.
Because apparently they got a Halo arcade game.
Huh.
I really want to play that.
That Time Zone's been legit since forever. I remember when I was a kid, that Time Zone had the Killer Instinct arcade cabinet, back when that was like first released, and it was like, this place has Killer Instinct. That was an ad.
It's like the only arcade, one of the only arcades in Australia that's actually still an arcade.
Yeah.
Like the size of an old arcade.
There we go. You get daddy vision.
Now someone owes us $50. That's how it works.
$50, motherfuckers. So, like, my genuine experience has been so positive with them that's something worth saying.
Like wedge it in.
I can't. There's nowhere to wedge it. You need to buy one of those things. Like, buy a thing that holds it.
We'll wedge it.
Yeah, but then no one can see shit. Now they're just, there's just nothing. It's not visually dynamic, Aaron. That's why people who play video games and movies look like they're having epilepsy. Because you can't, like, you ever see a cunt playing video games? Of course you have. This is Twitch. It's boring looking. They have to wear wigs and shit, or jiggle bits. I swear there's like a whole fucking porno streaming game Twitch thing now that exists.
There is.
Yeah, like, just go there. Like, this is what I mean.
I thought about going on there, to be honest. just seeing what comes out of the woodwork.
It's one of those things, because, like, what if people are nice to you? You're like, oh, I feel quite attractive.
Yeah.
But then what?
Hey, nice penis. Oh,
yeah.
Thanks. Hey, your penis looks weird. Oh,
yeah.
It's like,
got a weird dick.
It could go either way,
Got a weird ass dick. I don't need to hear that, I'm comfortable where I am in my life.
Like, shattered enough as it is. Like,
I know.
I got a broken spine. I don't need to be told to have a weird ass dick.
Look, I just, I know a lot about myself. I can accept a lot of things about myself. But there's a difference between that and having it rubbed in, Like, I don't go up to a midget and go, oh, look at you, you short cunt. Because he knows he's a fucking midget. You're not giving him any information.
He might not, though.
Yeah. Do you ever suppose that's a shocking moment for someone? Like, they're going, oh, fuck, I'm being diagnosed with midget. And they're just tiny, and this sort of hasn't occurred to them. Like,
I thought I hadn't got my growth spurt yet.
Yeah. That was a legit fear for ages. Like, cause I was fucking 21 when I finally fucking bulked the fuck out. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be fucking small my whole life. And then suddenly it was like, nah, gadoosh.
So the road we're on right now is pretty funny because there's a left lane up ahead. We're in the middle lane. You have to turn left. And on busy days, it's just always full. The lane's always full. So you always see cunts like freaking out because they're in the wrong lane. And they're like, let me in. And I just drive past slowly, giving them the eyes. And I just got in that lane I was talking about. Why did I do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, the left lane's, must turn left and shit. And then we kind of roll up here on the good guys. I mean, someone needs to... I've been looking for a website that does it. Maybe someone can, like, Twitter me one. But there needs to be a decent website that tells you what panels are in what TVs, because different manufacturers use different fucking, you know, serial numbers for different TVs in different markets, even though they might be using the same fucking panel.
I think the AV Club does.
Honestly, it is such a fucking hassle. It is like
because most of these sites are hidden. They're on forums and stuff.
Yeah.
Because
it's a labyrinth.
Because they don't want
people
shit
knowing.
mainstream.
People knowing. They don't want people knowing that the same panel might be in the shitty TV and the good TV. That's the last thing they want. Because a lot of the time you're getting, you know, the markup you're getting on these TVs is like, oh yeah, we got onboard software. And it's like, I don't give a fucking shit about that. My computer is my onboard software. Alright, you guys can talk to Aaron for a second.
I've got no shoes! Hello! What are you doing, everyone? So, I'm gonna have a really fun time when Gabe gets back in the car and told him everything we recorded last week. I have to re-record because OBS had it updated and fucked my audio settings. Oh, I go to pick up Gabe. I plan to not get out of the fucking car, so I'm not gonna bring shoes. Actually, no, I do have thongs in the car, but they're all sandy from when they were at the beach. So, last week we recorded Viva Pinata, Super Bomberman R, and Sonic the Hedgehog #1. So we're gonna re-record over those today. We'll just jam over the footage. You see? Man, I need a haircut so bad, guys. Like, fuck me. Look at this shit. I'm like a peacock up in here. Like, fucking Christ. Axe up and get Super Saiyan? I could. Marty! We gotta know something about your kids, Marty! Your daughter marries a black man! Not a day goes by that I don't get closer to Doc Brown. Although, I look fucking... Look up Caustic Overwatch and tell me that ain't me. Tell me my forehead, that's not my forehead and facial shape. I'm very upset about that. Like, I'm upset. They stole my look. Caustic Apex Legends, I meant. Apex Legends. You gonna melt someone in a bathtub? You know it. Melt me in a bathtub. I'm glad I don't have to go in the shop with Gabe. He'll embarrass me. Caustic sounds like autistic. That's a stretch. Just because they both have the ick and the os noise. Damn, Kyber. Terrible. I'll turn my car off. I'll turn my car off so it's not fucking eating more petrol. Cars all like, I'm not going to eat your petrol. Gerard the staff? What? The fuck does harass? I was like, what the fuck does Gerard mean? You played any Division 2? Yeah, I've played for about so many hours. I played it a bit. That's been pretty much what I've been doing all this week. Apart from trying to sleep and rewatching all the Marvel movies, because I had an itch to watch Marvel movies. Now I want to play Marvel video games, so that's probably what we're going to be doing over the next week of content or so. We'll be playing old Marvel games, old Disney games, basically just going through licensed games. Back in a time when licensed games were good, or that I thought they were good, and they're probably still bad. I've also thought of a new section for the show to do called Keep It Clunky. We've already played DuckTales. Catch up, Kyber. That episode's up there, brother. Keep It Clunky with a K, and where we just play the most jank heinous games. Keep It Clunky, yeah. My car smells like perfume for some reason. I think Gabe's wearing ladies' perfume to mask his scent. Also, like, that podcast was about 2 weeks old, by the way. So some things might have seemed a little out of date. I didn't want to upload it while I was sick and feeling down and depressed, because I talked about some very controversial views and ideologies on that video towards the end, and I knew I was going to get shit in the comments for it. So I didn't really want to deal with that when I was in a bad mental state, because I do like to read the comments, and some of the comments were just fucking disgusting, heinous, and I deleted them straight away, so cool. I love when just people on the internet seem to tell you the fucking need to just, you know, whatever's. Disney's Magical Quest, yeah. I played most Disney games back in the day, or over time. Disney had some good games, really good games. All the Virgin interactive games, good. Aladdin on the Mega Drive is vastly superior to the Capcom one. Well, not vastly superior, I should say. I think the game's superior, but the platforming in the Capcom game is way better. But the Capcom game doesn't have licensed music, and Aladdin, well, Disney didn't make games back then. They were still all licensed. The Disney have really never had their own house dev team until really Disney Infinity. Like, Aladdin on the Mega Drive let you have a sword, which was badass. The SNES one, you just threw apples, which was bullshit. So the second level, third level Aladdin music has never left my head, ever. I think about it every fucking day. It's just so groovy. Aladdin had a game? You didn't know that? Disney games were huge back in the on the early console eras. The Mega Drive and SNES had pretty much a movie game for nearly every Disney movie. So a lady just wheeled out a trolley out of The Good Guys with a TV on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 toasted sandwich makers, and a microwave, and a TV stand, wall mount for this guy. He must own some restaurants or something. There's no way you buy that much shit without owning something. Actually, I think he's in IT. Looks like he's got an IT lanyard on. Oh, you're in for a treat if you've never seen the Disney games. They're beautiful, and the sound design is gorgeous. For most of the Disney for a lot of the Disney games, such as all the Virgin ones, they worked with the composer Tommy Tallarico. If you don't know who Tommy is, he's a video game composer. He did the soundtracks for Earthworm Jim and a few other key games across the eras. And him and his team designed a new form of MIDI and stuff for video games. And it was sort of a great step forward in music chip design, in sound design. It's quite interesting. And Gabe's still not out. See, this is what pisses me off. I just got to talk to a person. Oh yeah, 10 minutes later, still waiting. Just waiting. If we hit traffic, I'm gonna fucking riot. I hate traffic. As someone who has chronic pain, traffic is my worst nightmare because I can't do anything. I can't move. I can't get out of the car. So if I have a spasm or if I'm in pain, I'm fucked. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
Alright, they're delivering it tomorrow. Ugh. Sweet, delicious resolution. my customer service.
This guy, I was watching this guy because this lady wheeled out a trolley and he had 8 toasted sandwich makers, a microwave, a TV and a TV stand, and also some giant Breville.
I think that dude's starting a cafe. I think that's what's happening.
He was really fat. I think it was just for his kitchen.
I want 8 Rebels. I want them now. Sir, can't you just make 8 in a row? Absolutely not!
I mean, I don't think the staff were going to disagree with him because it looks like he was just going to eat them. Like, where are you going?
I need a pile of 8 Welsh rarebits all at once. That's just the way this works.
Is that a Mexican
the
or
only
a
way? I don't know. I think he might be Thai, which is like Asia's Mexico.
Yeah.
He'll make one giant sandwich. That will be the god of all sandwiches.
Why haven't, you know the Play-Doh maker where you squish them down and dough comes out and stuff? Why haven't they made one of those like for food?
What food besides
just
dough?
a paste.
Cheese? Like, you could put those little cheese sticks or whatever in the stringers or some shit.
People just eat cookie dough. Where's my like steak dough?
People who just eat cookie dough.
Where's my steak dough and other things?
Like, I had a fucking, like, just pile your keys in there and it'll, like...
Just pile lots of stuff behind it.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, sort of, you know, across. This way we've got both ends covered.
Once I buy the Osmo Pocket, we won't have to deal with this shit.
The what?
That fucking gizmo cam.
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like that, you know, in the interim you could, like...
in the interim, there's plenty of things I can do.
Get in there.
I don't leave the house.
Get in there, plastic cassowary.
Now that Tammy's mother's gone, I can be naked all the time again. So great. Until the heat wave came back.
Yeah, that sucked, because it was 25 degrees for a little while. I was like, oh, that's good, and then it fucking, you know... Oh, it's autumn in Australia.
41 degrees 2 days ago, Gabe.
At your house?
Yep.
Oh, that eats dicks.
Oh, yeah.
My girlfriend has air conditioning and her parents pay for it. So.
I have aircon, but still, like...
No, this is like doctored. Like fucking, you know, it's an apartment that seals. You go, I want it to be 22 degrees, and beep, it becomes 22 degrees.
This is nasty.
Yeah. Okay, an idea I've had, and like, stream chumps, you might be sort of, you know, useful to ask about this. I want to stream myself riding a fucking Lime scooter from the city to Aaron's house. I believe I can make it.
I believe you can't.
Alright, well there we go. Now we have a bet. Because I was checking the range with like a fucking bubble and your house is like right on the edge. It's so close. I feel if I get a full one, like a freshie, chuck the helmet on. I don't want to use that fucking expensive ass toy of yours though. I just want a cheap toy, you know? You have this thing for purchasing the expensive shit and all that frightens me.
Most Go cams and things like them have Bluetooth, which you can just connect to your phone.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, and I got like a lot of data now, so I don't need to fucking, you know, enough that I can blow it on flippant, non-sensory like this.
I'll tell you what, streaming will do approximately about 2 gig of data an hour. So
I reckon that's feasible. I reckon I can do this. It'll be exactly like Journey to the West, except I've already attained enlightenment. So, you know, I skipped that whole rigmarole with finding fucking scrolls and shit. I don't need no Buddha scrolls. The real scrolls are in here.
Now you're happy that your TV's resolved. I'm going to tell you something that's going to make you unhappy.
Did you just fart?
No.
What?
I would be laughing if I farted.
Okay.
So OBS had an update.
OBS? Oh, right.
The thing we record with.
Yeah.
And it, I checked all the settings except for one, so it didn't record our voice audio, so we have to re-record over them.
You've successfully pulled a Yahtzee. Because he used to do this, the amount of times he did this.
But this wasn't on me, though. This was the program updated, and then a day later had an update to fix the shit it broke.
Alright.
So...
OBS pulled a Croshaw.
Pretty much.
Alright, you pulled a Croshaw.
Because literally, I checked every fucking setting, except one, and it was that fucking one.
Well, it's just that fucking thing of like, you know, me and Yahtzee would be there recording for an hour, and then I'd just hear, oh. And after like the third time, it's like, oh, I know what that means. And it's like, sometimes the battery would just die, it's like, alright. But other times it was just like, I didn't push record.
Wow!
Yeah, and like, there's little, it's... Have you ever been thinking you're talking to someone only to turn around and they've left the room, like, ages ago, and you just feel like a tard? It's an innocent mistake, but you feel like a fucking tard. talking like you're performing for a room full of people, which is effectively what you're doing whenever you're recording something like this, only to have it turn out then that it was nothing, is very fucking similar. Like, you just feel like an absolute classic fucking mong. And I hate that sensation. I was just like, ugh.
How do you think I felt? I sat down, getting ready to edit, got all my thumbnails in place. I'm like, this is going to be a good week. Get shit done nice and early. Fucking play. That's the game audio. Where's the... Excuse me?
There was good shit on that record, too. There was energy. We've been, you know, we were back.
I was highly baked.
Yeah, like we cracked on at a good fucking pace. Because I actually
said that. Incest jokes.
Great ones. Great ones. Like, and that's the fucking irritating thing is like that. I literally very rarely like, oh, that was a solid fucking session, because usually I'm getting tired halfway through or something. But I was like, no, that was a good one. It was a good combination of video and chat. It's like, all right, that's solid. It was a good thing to return with. And now it's like, oh, that's because I wondered, like, oh, I wonder why Aaron hasn't uploaded. Maybe he's just asleep. I won't bother him too much.
I was asleep most of the week, to be fair. It's like I wake up and it's like 38 degrees, and then I just go back to bed. I'm not dealing with this. I just turn the fan on my nuts and just go back to sleep.
I have like a Giga Power fan, which I have learned to fucking love. It is so good. Like, it's one of the metal ones. It's like $50 from Target.
Nice.
And that cunt blows.
You need to get one of those industrial ones they have in like factories. The things that can like chop limbs off.
Yeah, this is kind of like a small version of those. Yeah. It's big and it's metal, and it blows first and asks questions later. Like, it's not
like me in sexual.
Like, it's not like fucking, you know, oh, you know, I don't want to disturb your papers. It's fuck it, man. It'll disturb your papers. It'll disturb your paper weights.
So you can pretend you're the Flash. Just turn it on and the paper's going everywhere.
Like, you know, that's when you need to hire one of those really fat guys as your paperweight.
That's
what I'd do. I should have just like fat people as my paperweights. You just come into my office and there's just like a big fat dude just sitting on a pile of like an inbox.
You know, that always pissed me off in the Flash. Nearly every scene he fucking darts off this paper. Why do you have papers? You're the Flash. You know this is going to happen. You got to come back later and there's paper everywhere.
He should have a lot of paper clips. Like, that should also be a
That's his arch nemesis.
Like, yeah, do you have any paper
Clippy
clips?
From Microsoft Office.
I see that you're trying to change the timeline. That's a bad
idea. I
idea.
don't recommend that. What do you know, Clippy? Go away.
I know. He fucks a timeline like a TARDIS made of dicks. It's just, that's... I mean, I'm partially... Like, I don't watch the DC shows anymore because they started to suck just too fucking hard. Which is sad. Like, apparently Arrow's shutting down now.
It is, yeah.
Like,
last season.
Yeah, and that show used to be intelligent. And I know that that's difficult to wrap your head around. You know, like, it's a weird statement to make. But as sometimes a little plotting and dull as the first two seasons were, characters in it weren't demonstrably stupid. Like, people figured out, like Diggle particularly got hit by the retard stick just so fucking hard. And it's really depressing, because like the whole thing was people would figure out that he was the fucking Green Arrow, and rather than do some bullshit like, you know, oh no, here's, you know, a monkey dressed up as the Green Arrow running around on a security camera, they'd just have to deal with that. And, you know, Felicity used to be a fun character in that show. It used to be a good show. And then just slowly, and it's like, at a certain point, like, you not just notice you're writing retarded nonsense.
Oh, they do.
Like, what level of confidence or just sheer not give a fuck do you have to write some of this shit?
Well, that's the thing is, you know, the show starts out, gets critical acclaim, it gets awards and shit like that. And then it's just like, we gotta keep doing this. Shit. And then they just get lazy. And then they just get complacent, and then they keep scooting by. People are still eating it up, so why bother making it good? That's the thing is, it's the Big Bang effect. You know,
it doesn't need to be good, yeah.
It doesn't need to be good. It just, people devour it regardless.
Like the Simpsons things, if like, I mean, I don't think anybody reads them already, but if I could get millions of people to read it, just like, yeah, this episode is pretty good. I know that, like, it wouldn't be all of them, because I still have self-respect, but you start to get a few articles like that.
Yeah.
This episode's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's alright. I'm up to Brush with Greatness now, which is a very good episode. It's like the season... Sort of the mid to late season 2 is where, like, you start to get the real classic sort of typical Simpsons episodes, you know, where you get a little lead in, a mixture of good story and good jokes. I mean, it's Marge painting Mr. Burns nude.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a very good episode.
So that's got Ringo in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I know, it's a great, it's just, there's lots of little things, like, it's all the bits that they use are used well. It's like, oh yeah, celebrity cameo. Back when those were funny and not done by celebrities whose characters in the show seemed to be impressed that they were on The Simpsons.
I know, right? Oh, I'm yellow. Look at me.
I'm not looking forward to getting to, like, season 31. Dear God, I wish it would stop. I'll feel a lot comfortable with this life choice when I know the season is over. Because imagine, like, okay, you're going to run a marathon, and then as you get near the end, you see, like, the judges pick up the fucking little bit of tape you're on through, and they start running ahead of you. Like, because that's where I'm at the moment. Like, already this is a long haul. Because if you know, so far, monthly is a fairly easy fucking pace for me. But monthly means I'll be doing this for 25 years. And I can't do that. I can't do The Simpsons for a quarter of my life without probably losing my mind.
Sure you can.
So I gotta get it down to weekly. I gotta fucking, just stop caring about
I can give you a gold star when you finish with if you want.
That's not gonna do me any good. I don't give a shit about the gold stars.
I'll give you some protein.
Yeah. It's a chicken.
Here's this chicken.
Yeah, there'll be the 4 guys who fucking read it, and then they'll be happy. The dedicated people will be absolutely delighted.
Fuck yeah.
Because there's like 4 people who comment, and then like another 2 people who read it, but don't comment.
Yeah. They should comment.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah, full KFC. That's practically what I pride myself into doing it with. It's not that I have to pride myself to do it so much. It's just like, again, it's something I ran into when I was doing the prac work for teaching. Was like, you're there trying to come up with a lesson, and years of uni and shit hammer this thing into you where it's like it has to be 100% original work. You can't just go on the internet and download other work and just show up to uni with, here you go, because you will get in shit like this. Is a whole fucking thing. You got to sign a document saying you're not going to fucking plagiarize. Like, that's very legit.
That's so stop some journalists.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's that thing of like, there are just people who don't care. The problem is, I am a me even if nobody's looking.
Yeah.
And so I feel shame about things that people might not ever, fucking know. And I go, and then I don't do it because, again, I have a sense of self that exists beyond just social pressures.
I think it's incapable of me to feel shame.
Well,
despair and depression, yes. Shame, no.
I mean, you're not going to fucking just wholesale copy. And I mean, reviews too. Like, I've seen, like, again, the standard for reviews on the internet is not high. It's not like you're expecting, it's good words of just like, well, if you enjoy this genre, you'll enjoy this game.
We're back, chat. We went through a tunnel. Tunnel! It wasn't a poop tunnel. Yes? Alright.
Yes, you're back. What did we miss? Nothing. We sat in stone fucking silence, but we don't exist unless it's with an audience.
We talked about Dragon Ball Z poop struggles.
Yeah, so it's in the terms and conditions of Twitch that at any point I'm allowed to tackle you and poop into your butt. But, like, that's just sort of Twitch. And the biggest streamers are allowed to poop in Aaron's butt.
Ah!
Well, you're the one that fucking, it's your name on everything. It's not my fault. Yeah. It has no Gabriel's
set me up for poop.
Yeah. Honestly, I think you'd win a poop struggle against Ninja.
I'd win a poop struggle against anyone.
You should bombard him with requests to engage in a butt-to-butt poop struggle with Aaron of KeepetClassy. He'll know what this is about. He's read the terms and conditions of Twitch himself. He knows about the poop struggles. It's forbidden not to. Again, I didn't write these rules, and, where are we going to stream? YouTube? It's just fucking nuts.
That's where we're streaming right now.
Oh, well, shit. Now I have to go fucking docking with Jordan Peterson. That's just fucking great. That's the last thing I need today. Like you, he's got a cavernous urethra. But a tiny rest of the penis. It's very strange.
See? I knew it! As soon as it hits 2 fucking 40.
Man, I was awake at 7. Like, you know, there's just not a lot we can do if you're going to head over at like 2 in the afternoon. You know?
I know. I just didn't expect to have to go to the good guy.
No one ever expects the good guys.
Especially not the bad guys.
It's because they're good.
We should start a shop across from the bad guys, or the better guys.
The better guys.
The gooder guys. We should start a shop across from the bad guys, or
the better guys. I like the better guys.
Don't go to the good guys. Go to the better guys.
That'll be my business, my $1 million business. Should go to the. I'll just walk into the bank and just, okay, you wanted to apply for a loan. The better guys.
That's all you'll say.
Yeah, and then one of the loan officers will cry. Another will just start handing me their money, and I'll just run off because I have no intention of running even a very successful business. That's just a lot of effort. You know. I need some custom trailers.
Just put a business card down and just leave, and they'll turn the business card over and it'll just say yes. It's like
no, my business card will just be a beautiful embossed picture of a bum with a fist coming out of it.
It's lenticular, so it's in 3D.
Yeah, you're like, ooh. Bum, fist goes in, fist goes out, fist goes in, fist goes out. I'm gonna have that on my tombstone. If I even have a tombstone, I might just like spend all my money.
Look, I'm gonna pay money to have a gift tombstone.
But otherwise, no, I'm just gonna have a big fucking statue.
You could have you could get a TV in your tombstone. I could play like nothing but like porn. Loudly across the grave. That is my final wish.
Every evening at 7, it plays an episode of The Simpsons with me talking over it.
The rest of the time is just MASH 24/7.
Well, the MASH estate paid for the TV and the upkeep. It was a good deal all around, actually. I mean, you should look into that stream. You know, the MASH people will absolutely, if you volunteer to let your tombstone play MASH most of the time, and you can haggle with them to get like maybe an hour of, you know, what you'd like up there. But they'll absolutely pay for a fucking flat screen tombstone for you. You know, it can be more or less anything. You can have 23 hours of MASH and then 1 hour of peanut butter jelly time, and that will annoy the shit out of people for years to come. I think that will lead to an increase in like gravesite defamations, though.
We should go around burying speakers in the graveyard with play-by stuff. Just like, help me. Just
help me. I know, because
buried.
Just knocking. That's a good idea. I never thought about burying a speaker, but yeah, because like you know, these things work best when someone has to think nobody would bury a speaker. Yeah. Because of course nobody would.
No one's gonna go. There's a sound. Someone's yelling. Where is it? He's coming from the ground. Oh, maybe they're buried. Or maybe it's just a speaker. That's stupid. Yeah, who would bury fucking speakers?
Who would bury a fucking speaker? Nobody. You know, it's fucking dumb.
I'm gonna be the next Jake Paul. That's a thing, isn't it? He's a thing. What are these people with 2 first names? I'm going to do them one better. I'll be Jake Paul fucking William.
Should be Aaron Aronson.
There was a dude at Cash Converters who didn't want to give us his name once, and then he finally caved in and he said, my name is Frank Frankson. I live at Frank Street in Franktown. And we looked it up and it was a real place. And I'm like, fuck off. Just fuck off.
Like that had to have been Redcliffe.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. No, I love because it's a thing I've noticed a lot too, is like degenerate ferals who have no relevance to anybody ever anywhere will always have fits about giving you their name or like their identity or some shit. Like, yeah, I'd love to steal your identity and be on the hook for a bunch of fucking, you know, alimony that you'll never be able to pay because you can't even get, you know, employed as unpaid labor. I mean, if they got fatter, if people of Redcliffe got fatter, I might employ them as like my fucking paperweights.
I reckon we could just use them as sandbags.
But so many of them have poverty abs, you know? Like, that's just the problem, is like, you're not even useful as paperweights. They're not useful as sandbags, like, because there's no globular split bits that run together and create an effective seal against the floodwaters.
What I gotta tell you is, at Cash Converters, I've seen some fat poor people. And I'm just like, what are you eating? Like, how did you get this fat? You're poor.
No. Dude, I gotta show you this YouTube channel called Kay's Cooking. And it's fascinating because it is 100% legitimate white feral cuisine. And I've seen these things, I've seen these meals, I've seen the people who eat them, and I never thought I'd see it like fucking in a way that's as brutally honest as this is. And don't get me wrong, she seems like a nice lady, but it's like just this kind of onion-shaped woman in a Slayer shirt makes horrendous things in what looks to be a stove in the corner of a laundry, and she doesn't ever appear to have like, you know, cutting implements or anything. Like when she cuts an onion, she'll hold an onion and go with the fucking knife. It is, I know you've seen like fucking Asian chefs do that on some shit. This lady is not an Asian chef, and she like just produces mad nightmares that barely qualify as fucking as food.
Look, humanity, you need to get rid of this fucking highway problem. Every day for 2 hours, the highway just becomes non-functional. It makes no fucking sense. We are smarter than this. Traffic makes me so angry. I want to punch babies. Like, fuck. It just.
That car ahead of us has a baby on board.
I know. I want to punch it.
And the best part is, like, the baby's dressed as Batman, so you know he can take a punch.
I'll just dress. Yeah, exactly. I'll be fucking put on a Joker smile and just fucking go to town on that little shit.
If anything, the baby would beat you.
Exactly. The baby's asking for it. He's dressed like Batman.
You know. If I were a judge, I'd agree.
Like, it's so fucking stupid. Let's have a highway with 2 lanes. Brilliant. Fucking geniuses. You fucking idiots.
That, you know, Australia's a fucking pile of knobs and months that usually struggle with merging for some baffling reason.
No one knows how to drive. Oh, just shit.
I'm honestly, like, it's one of those little things where I'm surprised every day that, like, there aren't just more road fatalities, considering the level, and I mean like shoe-eating motherfuckers. I don't mean that with you know, any level of hyperbole. Like, there are some dumb cunts who have licenses and drive.
Australia is known for inventing the shoey. Just let that sink in. That should explain our fucking general intelligence level. You pour a beer in your shoe and you drink it. Oh, fucking heinous, dude.
And you drink it.
Where do you get the shoe? Off your foot.
Yeah. Around.
You know, you've been just soaking, sweating it all day.
Power line outside. Look, shoes are around. There's no excuse to not have shoes, really. I mean, alright, you might be one of those fancy cunts whose shoes both look the same.
Or have soles.
Yeah.
I need new shoes.
La-dee-da, mister, my shoes both live together. I'm going to call that a de facto pair. You know, are you wearing the de facto pair? Fucking runner in a slipper, that's fantastic. Wonder you're hooning around in corners, you brain-damaged cunt. Seriously, though, look up Kate cooking meatballs. Yeah, I mean, like, this is another, like, one of those things I go back to when I talk about my feral roots, which is I didn't wear shoes regularly until, like, I was 21. I was such a barefoot cunt that I'd bring shoes with me to get into the cinema because they didn't let you in barefoot. And I just put them on and then walk into the cinema and then take them off when I left the cinema. Because I just like, I don't like them.
Fucking, there was a hidden panel in the cinema that had, like, shoes in it for you?
Yeah. Boop. I have, honest to Christ, just put on socks. Like, the first time it became an issue, and I was like, you can't come in here barefoot. And I was like, and then, like, a friend of mine just gave me his socks. Well, so he was wearing his shoes, I was wearing his socks.
Fuck, dude. That's some low ball.
Yeah, like I told you, like people go,
use low ball. Pull a phrase like, oh yeah, come here a minute.
I do say come here a minute so much, like that. You know, that hit home. People lowbrow people will say, oh yeah, and come here a minute. Oh, like yeah. What if I only want you to come here a fucking minute? Like, what am I supposed to? You fucking
come here a mo.
Come here a mo. Yeah, a mo. That's another good one.
I found a word that I found out that the twatting is a word today. Found that out.
Okay, is that a new thing or is that?
No, it's quite old.
No, I mean, does it come from like twatters in vagina?
No, it's as like smack someone.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. And then it can mean many things.
So it's like, you know, as a swat, but like, you know, like you swat a fly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like as far as I knew, that was always like beneath a slap. Like, you know, you wouldn't, you know, it's something a parent would do to a child if they were just being a cheeky fuckhead.
Mum's getting
Just
the
cheeky.
thong, run!
Yeah, Mum's getting the thong.
Oh, get out.
Which, you know, if you're going to belt your kid with it, you got to keep it in a drawer because it's a good thong. You can't belt your kid with a thong that's lost its plugs. Otherwise, you miss some of the all-important friction. And that defeats, you know, then you're just gently caressing your child with a piece of footwear. You know, that and the one you fucking wear, all the tread's worn off. You know, you may as well fucking hug them for all the fucking impact that's going to have. If you want to thong your kid on the butt, it needs to be a functional, you know, a good thong. Like, not like one of the no-name, the no-brand ones from the cheap Chinese stores. You need to go to a legitimate Crazy Clark's.
Do Crazy Clark's exist anymore?
I don't know,
I haven't
probably.
seen one in a long time.
I mean, have you been looking though? I think that's,
out.
you know, you find Crazy Clark's when you
look.
least
I look all around because I love seeing dollar stores. I love seeing some of the shit you see in them. It's just like, who would ever buy that? And then you see someone buy it and you're like, oh, that person.
It's weird how those dollar stores are the only place to buy Buddhas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I can ever go, no, I think I'll go to the classy place for a statue of Buddha. It's like, if I want a $300 statue of Buddha, I have to go to, like, these shitty fucking warehouse stores that just sell things made by fucking whichever minorities upset the Chinese leadership most recently. Something like a $300 Buddha made by slaves that just makes me laugh. It's like the Che Guevara t-shirt, you know? It's like nothing says you lost harder than your face being like this, you know, your fucking communist face being one of the most amazing symbols of just dumb capitalism. And not even like, you know, good or sensible capitalism. Just like, I want a shirt! Yay! That's sad fuck. How you doing in the stream? You enjoy seeing Aaron's fucking shifter and like
Part of my nipple.
half a mound. A little bit of mound.
Mound gets me hot, baby.
It doesn't like some mound.
Don't show me that fucking mood. Show me your mound. Oi, love, show us your mound.
Oi, love! Love, show us your mound. Let me see your mons pubis. See, I'd like to do that, like, get, like, weirdly specific. The problem is, you know, a woman's not really going to make out exactly what all the woman's going to know is I'm shouting something out of a car. And there's no odds that it's like, oh yeah, that's a guy driving by saying mons pubis. They're just, as a joke, it's like they're clearly just being, like, jerks. And it's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, that's, you know, that one's on me. It's just not worth the joke, really.
Oh, you're so hardcore, you P-plater. Yeah, you merge and go faster than the speed limit to try to get around me, but joke's on you, the car in front of you is going the same speed!
P-platers.
You didn't even indicate, dude. People are getting fucking, if you don't indicate, you are a solid piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck me, your car's built with them for a fucking reason. You're driving a ton of metal. You need to know let people know where you're going.
Alright, man, I never...
Hey, lecture!
And also, it's an indicator. It indicates before you're going to turn.
I love the people who, like, turn then indicate.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
turn.
you know, pedestrian, you know, I used to ride my bike around everywhere. Like, the amount of times I've never been hit by a car because someone's just like, fucking indicate. I hope I go through your windshield and crack your skull.
I was driving the other day, and a lot of cunts don't know that on highways, like, the right lane is like the overtake lane. You're not supposed to be in it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Unless, you know, you have to be. And a lot of cunts think that's the same for everywhere. And it's only roads over 80 kilometers or more. So there was this on the 60k road, there's a dude in the right lane, and he's coming up fast. So I just get out of the lane because I don't want to deal with that shit sitting right behind me. And the poor fucking P-plate in front of me, this guy's going right up his arse, just accelerating, like, right on it. He's driving a Merc. And I'm just like, you're an utter piece of shit, dude. Like, and the guy, like, finally realized this guy's not going to get off his back. So he turns out of the lane. And as he's turning out of the lane, the guy accelerates and nearly clips him. He goes past. It's like, what is your life? What do you got?
Imagine having so much and still being so petty.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not your right to be on the road. Like,
well, it's just that thing of, like, you know, How do you have so much and still be so fucking insecure? I'll show him, he's in front of me. I'm gonna win traffic. I'm gonna fucking get across that finish line. Then Karen will come back to me.
Oh, you're late? Like, did you? Well, then leave fucking earlier.
Well, also, just suck it up. Sometimes cunts are late. Like, that's a thing that occurs. Oh, that's great.
I wonder what happened there.
I remember one time, it was me and fucking a friend of mine driving the Gold Coast for a rum fucking show thing. And, you know, like, the freeway to the Gold Coast is 4 lanes either side, and this big, and I mean, like, it's, you know, like 5 meters wide, you know, maybe a bit more, median strip. And as we're driving down, I see, like, this micro-civilization of, like, 4 chuds, just feral kids, stuck in the middle of the median strip, because they've scooted across when the fucking traffic was light, and then the other side's just kicked off. And now they're just fucking stuck there. And that's not an uncommon thing to see. Like, I've had a few other people tell me, yeah, every now and then you'll just see some sad dick nuts just sitting in the median strip. You know, they don't have phones or anything, they're out of cigarettes. They're just, like, picking up bits of grass, looking at it for the 50th fucking time, like something new is gonna happen.
I'll better slow down because of that cunt and that you.
Aaron drives a... What does Aaron drive?
A Mitsubishi Mirage.
Alright.
I drive a car, it's got 4 wheels. It goes beep beep.
It goes beep beep. I drive fucking scooters. I'm gonna get one of those electric scooters for myself at some point. The thing is, for me, purchasing one is like kind of a bit of a shit fight, because I need to get one that can carry 100 kilos. Because a lot of them, and I fucking hate this, and I swear... 3 and tape them together? Yeah, I swear they pick it just because it's a round number, but the amount of things that go, oh yeah, this is suited for 100 kilos, and I'm 103. And it's like... I mean, I'm over, but I'm not over by what I'd consider enough. And I feel like, you know, it's the same with fucking used by dates.
They usually have an upper limit of 120.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's ones that... there's ones like the Quick 3 Plus, which has, you know, its written limit is 120. And I'm like, alright, I'm not, you know, gonna get that fat, so that'll be a good one. That'll be a good one to pick. You know, unless I become a guild navigator. But then the spice decides what shape I become. And then I won't even need the scooter, I'll just be able to fold space. I wonder what, like, if there's a short-range limit on space folding. I don't remember that coming up in the books. Like, so in Dune, like, the fucking giant, like, you know, you basically take this drug, heaps, you ping off your shit, and then you can, like, fucking move, you know, teleport, basically. And because the drugs are real, like, ships and shit. And so that's how people get around in the far future.
I'd teleport my shit everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like, what? Can I just fold space across the room?
Why not?
Yeah.
Don't want to go walk to the fridge.
The amount of times I kind of wished I had, like, Spider-Man web shooters just so I could get up out of bed with them. You know, like, just yank myself up.
Can you jerk yourself off with it?
I feel like that would be a lot more hassle than it's worth. I feel like you could just get that effect with some twine.
Yeah, but the web shooters probably feels warm, you know, after a while. It's like coats it.
Yeah.
So, like, the Peter Parker that can actually, like, shoot web out of himself.
Yeah.
Like, generates that. Do you reckon that comes out of his dick? It'd have to.
I mean, the balls might have something to do with it.
Fair.
Because, I mean, wasn't it in Marvel, something happened and he grew organic web shooters after the movies became popular, and then he lost them again or something. Like, didn't he get absorbed by a giant spider and reborn or some shit?
Fucking probably.
Like, perpetual universes struggle in general. I mean, the only ones weirdly, like, that survive for a very long time are, of all things, fucking soaps. But I also think that's because the people watching them expect far less. You know? Because again, I watched all of Passions, and most of that show is nothing happening. Like, holy shit, most of that show is nothing happening. I mean, every now and then there's like a midget or a fucking orangutan, and that's kind of fun. And that was kind of why I watched it, because I was really fucking high, and there was an old lady talking to a doll that was like someone a shrinky-dink version of Macaulay Culkin. And I'm just like, oh, look at that. That's the most interesting thing on at 3 o'clock on the fucking selection of 5 channels that I had. And, you know, I had to call the internet on the phone, so it wasn't that interesting back then.
In the future, there is only one actor, Macaulay Culkin.
I honestly don't know how people get bored these days. What do people say? It's like, oh, fuck, I'm bored. It's like, no, you're not. You're just fucking lazy, you piece of shit.
Is Gabe driving? No, fucking. Do you see his hands on a wheel? Jesus. No, we've got one of those new fancy self-driving cars. You know, we just sit back and let the road take us.
I mean, there's one hand here. Hands at dick and knee. I'm pretty sure that's what they say in the lessons. And I remember when you're driving, hands at dick and knee. Presuming you're driving one of those amazing automatic cars. Hells yes. I read a thing about there being like sort of cars that had toilets built in real early.
Ooh.
But like people were like, oh yeah, this just does not work.
Probably. It's just the hole goes straight out.
I mean, yeah, at a certain point, like, where are you going is so fucking important that you can't stop or sort out, you know.
If you're a trucker, like hyped up on Adderall and Ritalin, cocaine.
I suppose if I was a trucker, yeah, like, you know, you just plug your tubes in. Yeah, you got a tube for poo, a tube for pee, and then some face tubes for drugs and, like, hydration. Yeah, and, like, liquid Dorito. And then, you know, you're more or less good to go.
Have you really just ever inspected the Dorito and go, none of this is going to be good for me?
Yeah, but that nacho cheese, man.
I know. But you look at it closely and you inspect it and you sort of look at the consistency of what it's made of and you're like, that ain't right. Well, I'm still going to eat it.
Still good, yeah. Forgive me for what I'm about to do. I want the cheese in my hole. It's like when I found out you could just buy salt and vinegar seasoning.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
I know, I didn't know you could do that. It's just, you just put it on everything for a while, and then your mouth feels weird.
Yeah.
And you're like, alright, I think I should stop that.
That happens a lot if I ever have salt and vinegar chips around. I have to, like, I put a small amount in a bowl, because if I'm high, I'll just eat them all. And then my palate's fucked for like 2 hours. It's like, Or if you ever eat salt and vinegar chips, then fall asleep, and then you wake up, it's just like, everything's wrong!
That feeling of too much salt and vinegar after you've just woken up is how every inch of my body felt the time I got drunk on bitters.
Oh.
Like, it was just that, but in my bloodstream and nerves somehow.
Oh.
I hate remembering that. I hate that memory. Because you can, like, for a second I kind of feel it, you know? It's just that fucking, like the amount of weird PTSDs I have. Like, they're there. They're still there. They're under control, but holy fuck, there's some weird ones.
You can never escape the bitters.
Yeah. It was, you know, very similar to the time I drank all that sour shit.
Oh, I'm glad you had to do that, not us.
Fuck, that sucked. I'm so annoyed with that, because I was so close to winning both of those. I fucking just get dicked at the end, and I gotta drink fucking sour goo.
Hey, I had to share the cinnamon.
That was fun.
I think I could have taken that sour stuff and been okay.
That was some bad sour.
That cinnamon though, ugh.
Probably have to go by the supermarket, so I need to get some kind of food. Unless you on the stream want to buy me some dinner. How many are you there? 14. 4 more and I can fuck you. Or just enough for Jared.
By the way, chat, this is our plans for July, in case I haven't talked about it. I have, but I can talk about it more. My plan is that we're going to fly to America on July the 3rd. We're going to arrive, check in our hotel in Florida. Then there's going to be the 4th of July, so some crazy shit's going to happen with fireworks and shit, I hope.
I hope I don't get shot.
We won't get shot.
Okay.
We're staying in like a fancy area. So.
You want to be careful.
And we're close to Disney World, so good security. And then there's a convention on for 2 days that I'm going to. You don't have to go.
What is it?
It's for Destiny.
Oh, okay.
And then for the next week, we're going to be at Disney World. We're going to touch things.
Okay, that's what my fucking scoot to Aaron's can be a scoot for spending money while I'm in the States. Gabe's spending scoot. Donate so I can, I don't know, look at things. I want to eat weird fucking foods while I'm in your country. I want to eat burgers that have no right to exist.
Yes, please do. I want to.
Because I've already eaten at Wendy's and it kind of smelled like bumhole and it was a weird experience.
Did you have what is it? Is it Butter Jacks?
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
No, I didn't have Jack in the Box. I had to settle for just what was around.
Jack in the Box is good. It's got like butter on everything.
Yeah, like I'm not like the weird thing is the Wendy's didn't taste bad. It was just really unremarkable. Imagine like Hungry Jack's with less personality, and you've basically got Wendy's. And again, though, when I was about to bite into the burger, I just smelled like weird fucking sub-Australian bum crack, like the kind of fucking smell that feral kids who can't wipe their ass properly just sort of have. Not poo, but not exactly not poo. Like it's hard. You don't know unless you've smelled it. Like it's very fucking hard, like to fucking explain this. But that was what the fucking Wendy's burgers fucking smelled like for some reason. And I don't know why. I thought that was odd.
It's just fucking anus, dude.
You know, because like impoverished 8-year-old butthole is not something you expect at a food restaurant. It's a weird place.
I just want to beep at these cunts and them to get out of the car and fight me. Like, I just want to fight someone. That's what traffic does to me. It makes me fucking aggro.
Dude, like, this is why people go fucking insane.
Like I'm not violent unless I'm in traffic. It's like one of the only times of violence.
It's like that movie Falling Down. You just get out of your car and walk away.
Yeah. That or fucking hackers on online games. Like, how small is your penis? How small is your penis? What are you doing with your life?
Small.
Like, fucking... It was funny. Someone like had a video of like a LAN cafe, and they just walk in. Literally every Asian, like in China, is just on there cheating. Because in China, cheats are good. Yeah. Like they've been grown to know if you're not cheating, you're doing it wrong.
Ban China.
Like that's not even just gaming. That's life. Yeah. It's crazy. Imagine that, dude.
1 billion people.
Like fuck me, dude. Oh yeah, you should cheat. If you're not cheating, you're not getting ahead in life. What?
Well, you won't win. And the only thing that matters is the fucking, you know,
China number one.
Win. Doesn't matter.
Apparently.
Block China.
But the funny thing is they still lose. It's like, you've got wall hacks, you know where I am, and I still beat you because you can't shoot for shit.
Well, that's why you need, you know, the wall hack and the aimbot.
Yeah.
That's just, you know.
Oh, the aimbot's getting fucking worse. That's the problem with the free game, is get banned, make another account.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those little things where I am... You know, I support a small nominal, like a nominal fee at least. If it's not going to be a proper fee for like, you know, major server maintenance and shit, it should just be a fuck off nut fuck fee. Like, because if it has value, yeah, you stifle the dipshits. Just go, I'm going to make another account. I mean, honestly, I'd like to see these rules just get their hands broken. Some degree of corporal punishment. I'm not a fan of capital punishment, but every now and then you just
do what Blizzard does and ban their hardware.
Goddamn head.
Just go, yeah, your computer can't go online again with this game. Sorry.
I like that.
Like, that's a straight up, yeah, fuck you. And the funny thing is, when they did that with Overwatch, people bought more copies and it instantly banned them.
That is so good. It's creamy and delicious. I'm going to massage that onto my tits.
I do really enjoy seeing people
you.
get fucked up.
Just go on and lose, you fucking pathetic nubbin. Again, it's that fucking thing of, like, how small are you? How fucking small? Because if you're going to be that much of a piece of shit, why do I have to consider you a sapient living fucking entity? Well, I can't, in all honesty, treat you like you're a real person. I'm going to treat you like you are an actual goddamn retard.
Like, it just, like, honestly, it's getting really bad. Like, I've played, like, over 80 hours in Apex Legends now. Yeah. And you get to a point where nearly every game you come across a cheater, and the problem is, you don't know now if someone's extremely good or if they're cheating.
It fucks it up. It fucks it up for everybody.
And it's so bad. But then you watch them because you can inspect them when they kill you.